Hi, I'm Abby with Potential Movement Bodyworks, and today we're going to talk about reconnecting to your core, or what I like to call engaging your gears. The body has 4 distinct gears that should work together. The pelvis, the low ribs, the upper ribs, and the head and neck. What a lot of times happens as we age is we end up collapsing into our body. The pelvis ends up rolling forward. The ribs end up flying away. The chest oftentimes collapses with the head coming forward and the chin lifting, jamming a lot of these little guys in the back of our neck. So our goal is to find a little bit of the fountain of youth and reverse some of those gears, starting with the core and the pelvis as a foundation. So bring it down to the floor on a comfy spot and just take note for a moment of where your low back is in relation to the mat. Is there a large space there? Or is your spine fairly close to the floor? There should be a little curve there, and that you should be able to maybe slip a finger or two underneath there, maybe your whole hand. But there shouldn't be a lot of gaping space. If you're finding a lot of space there, press your low ribs and your low back down into the floor. By the power of your core, think about bringing the belly button down toward your spine. This isn't a crunch. This is just a depression of the low ribs and the low back into the floor. You may find that this gives you more length and makes you a little taller, and that is okay. But you might need to give yourself a little bit of space for that length. And to do that, just lift the pelvis a little bit, tuck it under a little bit more, and then set the flat part of your pelvis, the sacrum, down onto the floor. You might find that this naturally gives you a little bit of traction through the low back, and it should feel pretty juicy. And also, it might make it easier for you to keep the low ribs down onto the floor. If you are new to reconnecting your core or haven't found it in a while, this simple action of bringing your low back to the mat might be enough. Try to hold it for 3 sets of 30, with about 30 seconds rest in between. If this is easy for you, bring your knees up above your hips and press your hands into your knees, bringing that core connection to the next level. If you still find this easy and want to add a bit of movement, make sure you're maintaining that connection of the low back and low ribs into the floor, and extend one arm and one leg while keeping the other hand engaged with your knee. So a lot of engagement going on here. I'm pressing my low back into the floor, my low ribs into the floor, my hand into my knees. I'm maintaining all that stability and then bringing movement. None of the movement matters if you can't keep your core engaged. And this applies not just to your time on the mat, but to how you move through life, whether that's doing a squat in your exercise routine, doing dishes at the sink, mowing the lawn, or reaching for something. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you again soon.